students, my name is Christina, and today Lindsay and I are going to focus on the Austro-Hungarian Empire as part of our AP European History lecture series. First, we'd like to give a quick shout out to one of our biggest fans and viewers, the one and only Miss Kelly Rogers. Hello there! So, to get us started, the Austro-Hungarian Empire existed from 1867 to 1918, when it was dissolved and Austria became a republic. The whole reason the Austro-Hungarian Empire is even a thing was because Austria was expelled from the German Confederation. Whatever they did, Germany was holding a grudge. Well, actually, Germany was probably right. Austria was the leader of the German states, but the whole Austro-Prussian war debacle happened, so they were expelled. Probably served them right. The Austrians went on to ally with the Hungarians, and in 1867, the Austro-Hungarian Empire was born. After much debate, an agreement of sorts, because the people in the empire weren't really consulted, was reached when Franz Joseph I became Emperor of Austria and King of Hungary under the K und K monarchy. K and K standing for Kaiserlich and Königlich. Basically, the imperial and royal monarchy. Next, Lindsay will tell you more about the empire itself.
So my name is Lindsay, and I'm here to give you some quick facts about the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Stay with me here. This could get a bit crazy, as the Austrian court normally is. First of all, the empire had two capitals. Not only one, but two. The main one, where the Habsburgs lived, was Vienna. Fancy house, am I right, ladies? It's called Schloss Schönbrunn. I probably butchered that, but hey, I'm a history teacher, not Austrian, so cut me some slack. And the second was Budapest in Hungary. The main languages were German and Hungarian, and the empire was mostly Roman Catholic. Their government was a constitutional monarchy, and there was a personal union through the dual monarchy. The emperors of the Austro-Hungarian Empire were Franz Joseph I and Charles I and IV, who reigned until the dissolution of the empire. The legislative bodies were an upper house and a lower house. The cabinet was pretty progressive for its time, but still felt animosity towards foreigners. Only with Franz Joseph's marriage to Elizabeth of Bavaria, aka Sissi, did the whole empire begin to embrace the Kaiser and his rule. That in itself is a pretty good story, so we'll let our puppets do the talking for the next part.
Hello, welcome to the tale of Franz Joseph and Sissi. I hope you enjoy the show. My name is Jester, and I will be your narrator for today. Our story begins in the beautiful German land of Bavaria, with the Duke Maximilian Joseph contemplating his future. Hello, my name is Max, and my wife Ludwika's sister is Archduchess Sophie, who is the mother of the Austrian Emperor Franz Joseph. She seems to think it is a great idea for my oldest daughter Helena, Nene for short, to marry the Kaiser. Well, her wish is my command, so I'm sending them and my second oldest Elisabeth, Sissi for short, to Bad Ischl to meet the Archduchess. Meanwhile in Austria,
Franz, I am having it arranged for you to marry your cousin Nene from Bavaria.
But mother!
No buts, Franz. This is happening.
Franz relented because really his mother was a scary woman, and his cousin, with her mother and sister in tow, came to Austria. Franz met Helena but never really fell in love with her.
Hello, my name is Sissi, and I am in Austria, meeting the Emperor so he can marry my sister. Oh, here he comes now.
It's my cousin Sissi, Nene's younger sister. She's beautiful. I don't want to marry your sister anymore. I want to marry you instead.
Franz, I want to marry you too.
So Sissi and Franz decided to get married. Franz's mother, Sophie, wasn't too thrilled, but relented nonetheless. The princess and the Kaiser got married and lived happily ever after. And if you were wondering what happened to Nene, she found herself a prince of her own, who she fell in love with and got married to. The end. So now that you've seen that little piece of theatrical genius, I'm sure you're all dying to know what happened next. Well, let me tell you. So, Sissi's life at court wasn't all it was cut out to be. She never really fit in with the family and struggled with the elaborate Viennese court protocol. Her only real confidants were her ladies-in-waiting. Shortly after her marriage, she had a child. It was a daughter, and she had two more daughters after that. Her mother-in-law, Sophie, wasn't too happy about this. Let's be real, she was pretty livid. Sissi wasn't allowed to raise her own children, which affected her greatly. Her husband, the Kaiser, remained in love with her, all their marriage, but she began to distance herself further from him as she couldn't reciprocate his feelings fully. Quite sad, isn't it? You know, she put a lot of emphasis on her hair and physique, and she was known to eat very little, sometimes only clear broth. Her exercise regimens were intense. Her waist was tiny, and her most prized feature was her hair, as you can see here, which she cared for diligently. Coupled with her unhappiness at court, Sissi began to travel, write poetry, and live in her own world, distancing herself from her family and everyone around her. In 1858, she finally had a son, but he went out to commit suicide in what was known as the Mayaling incident, where he killed his lover and then committed suicide, which is really unfortunate. Sissi was having a rough time. In 1898, at age 60, she traveled to Geneva, Switzerland, where she was assassinated by an Italian anarchist named Luigi Lucchesi. Not such a great ending now, is it?
So now that you've heard what happened to Sissi, I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. Basically the end and eventual collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. In 1916, Franz Joseph died and was succeeded by Charles I and IV. Not to be confused with two different people, he was the same person. He ruled the empire during what turned out to be the catalyst for the First World War. Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria and his wife were in Sarajevo on a tour and paraded through the city. At the same time, the Black Hand was planning to assassinate the Archduke. Ooh. Eventually, after a series of attempts, Gavrilo Princip was successful and World War I broke out. For a more detailed account of this, go check out our videos on the First World War, links in the description below. And while you're there, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another video. Anyways, with the outbreak of World War I, the empire began to crumble. Because it allied with Germany and Germany lost the war, the monarchy collapsed in 1918. Liberals began to protest, and Wilson's 14 points let the Allies decide with Serbia and its causes. The Slavic countries wanted united autonomy, and the Allies helped make it happen. The empire was split into Austria, Hungary, and Yugoslavia. Still, even after being taken apart, the empire did leave a lasting legacy.
As Lindsay said before, the Austro-Hungarian Empire left a lasting legacy. This spans from food to music to tourist attractions and has something for everyone to enjoy. Does that make me sound like a shameless advertiser? It's alright. One of the most famous Austrian desserts is Sachertorte, a chocolate cake with apricot jam and chocolate ganache. It was invented at the Royal Confectionery, Deme, in Vienna by Eduard Sacher. If you can ever get your hands on some, it's amazing. Goulash, a Hungarian stew, also became popular in Austria because of the alliance with Hungary. It is beef or lamb stew with a brown sauce and paprika, and it's very good. True. The palaces the monarchy used to live in are now popular tourist attractions, and thousands flock to Schönbrunn and Bad Ischl every year to see how the emperor lived. The Danube Waltz was composed during this time period and remains an iconic waltz in Austria. It is played every year at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve on all radio stations across the country. Here's a little piece of it. Due to time constraints, we cannot adequately cover all of what the Austro-Hungarian Empire made popular, so we recommend you look it up to learn more. It's fascinating. Watch some videos or YouTube, go to your local library, or just Wikipedia it. After all, it did last for more than 50 years, so there's plenty of history to go around.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel
and to follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks for watching.
Tom Richey, thank you for your knowledge and for your wisdom.
You are truly an inspiration.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
We out.
Relax the cheeks.
Center yourself and start talking.
I'm gonna relax my cheeks.
As soon as you start talking, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay, center yourself and do this.
Okay.
Do this.
Okay.
You can do it. I have trust in you, Lindsay. Go. So, shout out to Lindsay.
Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Bavaria.
Ah! Do you have any chocolate anywhere? My teeth?
There's a dog.
It's really cold right now, but that's fine.
Your tea?
My tea. Cold green tea's fine. Lindsay, this is a really great thing.
Are you recording?
Yeah. I'm gonna stop recording when you tell me. So now that you've seen that little piece of theatrical genius, I'm sure you're all dying to know what happened next.
Harry Styles, give me strength. May the power of One Direction be invested in me. Harry Styles.
Harry Styles is...
I can't cut. Duct tape.
Oh, I'm talking about Harry Styles. Christina, what are your thoughts on Sissi's life?
It's a pretty crappy life, actually.
Channeling my inner Tom Richey.
Also, we need to figure out what we want to say. Right. Are you filming me?
Yeah, there's the hair. It's on me. Look at it. Get it off.
There, it's off.